I would like to actually see my mom kick some ass.
How can you say no to her? You can't say no to her. That's the question every single time, Lucy. That is kind of the riddle that has to be answered every time we go into production. How do we top it? But how do we also maintain the core of what the franchise is, and how do we evolve our characters?
So every Fast installment, every audience is the same thing. How are they going to top that? And I really think it's just the ingenuity of people like Justin Lin and Vin Diesel and their ability to listen to the fans.
I don't know, but I am pretty confident that somehow they'll manage to. I think with every movie I've gone, how are they gonna top this? Like, and every year, every time I pick up a script, I'm like, they did it. Of course they did. So who knows? I think maybe my imagination isn't as big as some of the writers and producers.
20 years ago, if you would have said, Vin, you're gonna be in a movie called F9 and you're gonna be a father and that's where your character's gonna evolve, I would have thought you were crazy, but here we are. And quite frankly, it's a testament to all of you. Fast has the best fans in cinematic history, bar none. And it's you, it's the audience, it's the world that's adopted this saga as their saga that inspires us to continue on and to reach higher and to try to shock you every single time.
Having flying cars or taking cars where no cars have been before was kind of a rumbling in the Fast universe. It's like, yeah, maybe they should do this and maybe they should do this. And it was a continuing comment. So finally, somebody like Justin was like, yeah, we're gonna do it. And it really ended up being a wonderful moment in the movie. She got to take a Noble M600 to places that people aren't even allowed to drive. And she did it with better ability than I could ever muster up. All of that. Helen behind the wheel, in a car that has a paint job very specific to the director. Like there's a reason that it was the way it was. And just the location. I think it's one of the most beautiful scenes in the movie and certainly one of the most surprising.
Sadly, I didn't get to work with her to really on either of the movies that she's done. But on the first one, I somehow was, on set that day because, I just made an excuse to be there. And it was just really fun watching her just like be brilliant and in all her costumes and everything. I didn't get to sort of work with her directly, but she was really cool. And we're actually from the same area of England. And I sort of said, oh, I sort of grew up in the same place as you. And she was like, oh, wow, it's so lovely to be from the same town as you. And I was like, it's lovely for me. Like, it was really fun. So she was very nice to me.
Because I kind of was on the baddie side, I didn't have a lot of interaction with her. So I'm just hoping that this isn't the end of my existence. So maybe the future can hold some good things.
My 6-year-old daughter, Pauline, it's just recently said she wants to play young Dom in Fast 10. How can you say no to her? You can't say no to her.
That's a surefire way for me to lose my job. So I guess if I'm trying to sink the ship and stop the whole thing, maybe my mom, because she's so sweet. And I would like to actually see my mom kick some ass. I'll give you her resume. She raised 5 boys. So when she needs to, she can do exactly what's needed to be done.
Oh, I'd pick Mama Debs for sure, my mum. Oh, what a legend. Driving like with her sunglasses on, like blasting, old school reggae, and everyone be like, she's awesome.
Jordana was saying to my daughter, well, wouldn't you want to be young Mia? And my daughter was very specific. No, she wants to play young Dom. And I guess you think about that and you go, that's kind of cool that there's no gender restrictions for this concept of who Dom is in my daughter's mind. All around Paul Walker. There's nothing, but it's night and day. I have wonderful memories with everyone, but the ones that I cherish deepest and the ones that compel me to want to reach higher to make something more magnificent, and it are my memories with Pablo.
I'm not a super geek, but I really am a fan of the franchise. And to me, it's the moment in Tokyo Drift at the very end where Dom shows up in the Charger. Because if you look at the franchise, the first one certainly just caught lightning in a bottle. And then the second one tried to redefine a little bit. And by Tokyo Drift, you really didn't know if it was over or not. And then in the very end, Dom shows up in that Charger, and you know not only is it over, but it's just getting started. And like that one scene was a catalyst to put everything forward to what the franchise is now. It started as a movie about street racing and has become this superheroes without capes, make the impossible possible, beautiful cinematic experience because it's evolved with its audience. And I think that one moment in time really helped that the rest of the installments of Fast.
I always think of my first day. My first day on set was just like really big. It was just such a surreal experience. As someone who had watched every one of these actors like individually, like with Chris and Tyrese with their music, and I'd been fans of everybody in separately and together. It was just really surreal, and it was the scene as well where in 7, after Ramsey kind of wakes up from the insane roll down the hill with Vin in a car that she wakes up from, it was me kind of leading a scene against all these people I was such a big fan of, and it was lead cast of the Fast and Furious movies. And I was like, oh my God, don't freak out, don't freak out. And it was just crazy. I just remember thinking like, this is so amazing. And like, I can't believe that this is happening. And I sort of had to have a word with myself and be like, pull it together, come on. Like,